everyone, welcome to week 3 of positive affirmations. So today's positive affirmation requires you to ask yourself one very specific question. What do you think has been the governing factor in the outcome of your life? Has it been the parental influence or your cultural influence that has shaped who you are? Is it your educational credentials that you feel has put you at the pinnacles of success? Or is it the street smartness that you developed with all the life experiences that you've had? Now, together, I am 100% sure that these were all governing factors in your life determining the outcome of where you are right now. But there's one key factor that I want you to focus on, and that is what this positive affirmation is going to talk about. But before I tell you that, let's get introduced. My name is MEGHA MATHUR, and I welcome you to my channel, Let's Talk Mental Health to live your best life. Today's positive affirmation is telling you that you have permission to make choices. Now, why is this so important? This is important because somewhere along the line, we give our choice-making power away to others. Because it's easier sometimes to have other people make choices for us than for us to make that difficult decision of something that is as important as governing our life. So I want to help you understand this with a very simple example from my own household. We have our resident elf. His name is Markle. He comes every Christmas time. And his job is to make sure that my daughters stay on the good list. Markle kind of gives them chores that they have to do, and he gives them a point. The more points my daughters have, the more they move on the good list. Now here is where it becomes key to understand. Right now they are small, so we are kind of through Markle dictating their choices and taking that little power away from them, which is what all parents do when we are nurturing our children, when we're teaching them the values of life and shaping who they are. But somewhere along the way, they are going to realize, hey, you know what? Mom and dad took my choice away. I needed a choice to do this chore or not. See how this would change the perspective of a child when they're growing up? Because they would suddenly realize that my parents didn't give me a choice. And this is what all of us grow up with. When the choices are taken away from us, it becomes easier for us to blow like the leaf in the wind, just go with the flow and just go with wherever that wind is taking us. And this is why this positive affirmation is so important, to give yourself permission to have choices in life. Having a choice in your life, in our minds, kind of equates to having control over it. And when we have control of our life, we kind of equate it with our own survival. When you take away a choice, you take away control. When you give yourself a choice, you've taken the control back. And this is what has shaped you so many times during your life experiences. Remember, every step of the way, regardless of the fact that you maybe did not make a certain choice in your life, you were given a choice after that. So let me help you understand this with a personal anecdote from my own life. Now, when I was young, my parents moved to many different places, and I was exposed to many different cultures. I was super happy with those moves because I was exploring the world. And by the time they were tired of moving here and there, I was a teenager. And when they decided to go back to India, which is their home, I was super unhappy because I was in that current state of happiness with where I was, because I had my friends, I had a home, and I felt like I was being uprooted. Now, what do you think this caused in a young teenager at the time? It built the feelings of resentment and anger towards them. It's a harsh truth because that's what I felt. But then I realized for me to open my eyes and give myself this permission to make choices. And those were the choices that led to these amazing friendships that I have made, to these amazing bonds that I created with my extended family. And that's when I realized that even though my parents made that choice for me, I had a choice to now make myself feel happy instead of feeling resentment and anger. So I hope you can understand the correlation. No matter what situation you are in, is it worth living with anger and resentment? Or is it more beneficial to you to tell yourself, I give myself permission to be happy? So I know that making a choice at every junction of your life is going to be difficult. But I want you to remember this thing that I follow by and I abide by. When I am trying to make a decision, I know that there are going to be two doors in front of me with their own pros and their own cons. And I weigh them in my mind and I say, okay, which one seems to make me feel happier? Which one is it that helps me feel I have more control in my life? And which one finally is going to bring me the happiness that I deserve? But when you choose to go through that door, when you choose to make that choice in your life, you have to accept it with its pros and cons and then forget about the other door that was presented as a choice. Because if you go through door number 1 and you're constantly thinking about door number 2, then it negates this whole positive affirmation. So if you go through door number 1, take it all in, enjoy it, explore the choice that you made. So ask yourself these 3 critical questions when you're faced or when you're standing in front of these 2 doors. Is this what you wanted to do? If this is not what you wanted to do, then which of the doors in front of you is going to lead you down the path of feeling happiness or feeling more calm inside? What are the feelings that it invokes in you? So answer those questions when you're making those critical choices in your life, which are determining the outcome of your life. Now, after you've answered all of the critical questions, you're going to realize 3 very key important aspects afterwards. You're going to feel as if your life has become more meaningful. You're going to feel that it has a purpose. You're going to take away rich experiences when you have taken control of your life through your own choices. So I want you to tell yourself in the morning when you wake up, I give myself permission to make choices. And I want you to go to bed telling yourself, I made choices today that were right for me. Now, I hope you found benefit from this video. I hope you took some experiences from your own life and are now thinking the choices that you made and the choices that you can make. I look forward to seeing you in my next video on positive affirmation. Till then, live your best life.